Pascal right here.
Yeah.
It's good playing with him still. Good player. No, but it's nothing like playing with your bro, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you want, it's always good playing with
Got
your
that
bro.
connection.
Yeah, so then you can go home, talk about the game after, you know?
I think for me, stepping up from junior to senior, it helped me a lot because, you know, I'm getting to play with bigger, stronger guys. I had to work out more, get stronger, got stronger on the ball because people don't push me off. So I had to work out harder.
Right.
Basically, Parks was a good coach, so he helped me out, always kept me level-headed. I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss him, man. I have 3 years left, I'm going to miss him. But as long as he knows we gave 110%, he'll be happy.
But we gotta come with a W, though.
Yeah. We gotta come with that, too.
We gotta come with a W. You know, just come to the gym, get in between those lines, it's game time. So.
Welcome to San Antonio, deep in the heart of Texas. The Raptors getting set to take on the Spurs.
Oh, man, I think it was a great decision for the Raptors to get him from San Antonio. I think no matter where he was going to go, he was going to get better. And there's always pressures coming home, and he's handled that really, really well.
He's just got that unique combination of work ethic and competitiveness that you usually don't bet against those guys.
So I think Cory's been better than advertised, and I'm sure living up to expectations and maybe exceeding them.
She has posters of you all over the house. Thank you. Good luck.
Take it easy. Take care, Cory.
It's like coming of age, you know. You want to have that opportunity to prove yourself outside of the shadows of, say, your father or your big brother. And Cory had a great time in San Antonio. He learned a lot. He was groomed the right way to play this game. And now it's time for him to spread his wings. There's more money out there. There's an opportunity for him to show how good he can be outside of a system. A lot of times people get caught in the system and say, well, the system made him good. Well, Cory's showing that the system helped to develop this player that he is, and he is just a good player. And I think when you get to that point, you're testing the waters, you're kind of out of your comfort zone. But if you're prepared for that challenge and you attack it the right way, you can have success, and Cory's doing that right now.
Stand up, stand up, stand up. You're on television now. Look alive on TV, baby. Come on. Hey, let me show you guys the drill. Check it out. Your foot has to cross this line. So you're going inside out. Inside out. Take your time. Inside out. Inside out. Cross this line every time. Inside out. Check it out. Come back. Move, move. Catch it. Jump, stop. Sweep it. And go for the layup. All right? You got it? Let's get it done.
Well, they call him a legend, don't they?
Run, 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 run. Come on. Go around.
The guy loves to be in the gym, loves to train kids. So you think of all the kids that he's worked with, all of them are now taking what he instills, the skills, the love of the game, and they are now taking it out and giving it to somebody else in a lot of cases. So we're getting that multiple effect.
Left hand, let's go. We're going left hand. Go.
DJ's the man. He's the man when it comes to basketball. He loves training kids. He's always asking me if he can get gym time just to train some kids. Not even his kids anymore. Friends' kids, everybody wants DJ to train their kids. He does it, almost all the time, just out of the goodness of his heart. And when you say GTA basketball, you got to think he's one of the top 3 guys around for coaching, playing, and now training.
So practice your form every day. Try to do 15,000 or something.
Well, you probably know I met their dad when I played basketball and he played basketball. So all the kids, even like my eldest daughter, Chantal, when coming home from the hospital, we stopped at David's game. So it's kind of crazy, just how much, basketball's been a part of the whole family. So to actually pinpoint it would be difficult because it was just part of everything that we always did.
Basketball's been a part of my life so much. Maybe like going to the trips in high school. My dad was coaching, you know, Eastern Commerce, and being around those guys and always shooting during the breaks. My brother.
Cory and my son DeVoe, the thing that was great, it was like their mother loved basketball. Their sisters loved basketball, and they just grew up just loving basketball. Because I think before you can really play the game, you gotta love the game.
You know, DeVoe was that older brother that he looks up to, and, you know, one of my favorite pictures on a vacation is, you know, DeVoe is doing something, some move, posing for the camera, and Cory's in the background looking at DeVoe, kind of, you know, doing the same pose. So, yeah, they had a special bond, brothers, yeah.
Let's try to get a couple inches out. I seen you raise up. I seen you raise up. I was slouching, but I had to raise up since you raised up.
But they started playing probably house league with SBA. I think they were about 6 and 4. So I knew that they enjoyed the game, but there was a point where I wondered, you know, is it kind of like our passion that we're putting on them, or is it like, you know, their own passion that they just love it? And then in the summertime, after spending like a week and all day, like a full day at camp playing, they'd come home and still play in the driveway like till late at night. So I was like, oh, I think they love the game. So it was clearly Cory's passion and DeVoe's as well. We have the most amazing memories from SBA and back in the day. In 2003, that team had Ken Olynyk was the coach, and his son Kelly was on the team.
Kelly is doing it.
Maurice Walker and Daniel Mullings, and just a whole bunch of kids that are still playing, still love the game.
When I looked at that team, I thought we had 5 or 6 guys that would play NCAA. And then, you know, lo and behold, there was a few guys that ended up in the NBA. So it was a great time. It was, you know, parents were great. You know, the Scarborough Blues Basketball Association was good. It was just a really good time, and the kids were committed and loved it. And it was great to spend the time with them. And, you know, they played well as a group and played well as a team.
At the time, it was very unusual to play like a high-level U.S. team at that age and beat them, and they did many times. So it was just a great experience. And I remember people would come in the gym when they were playing, when they were young, and they'd be like, how old are these kids? they couldn't believe the skill level. But yeah, SBA was one of those organizations that, like, first Cory and DeVoe started playing with them. I think it was the second year that they came out. So I believe that organizations like that like help the kids get where they are, because they taught them a lot of fundamentals young. Now it's, you know, common for a lot of these, but at the time there weren't a lot of SBAs and Bramptons and all of these organizations. So it was huge.
The story of a pretty proud Pickering mom.
She's proud because her boys have taken the ball and run with it. And they've also thrown in some dunking as well. CTV's Carol Charles reports.
Ranked as one of Canada's top high school basketball athletes, Cory Joseph has played for the Canadian national junior team, led Pickering High School to OFSA, and in 2005 won the gold medal at the Canada Games.
In my opinion, DeVoe was the best high school player I saw. Before that, various people could argue, you know, Phil Dixon, Leo Routens, but in my opinion, DeVoe was the best. Now DeVoe was 2 years older than Cory, and Cory left after grade 11, so it might have changed, but at the time, DeVoe was the best. DeVoe hated to lose. Just hated to lose. Even in a shooting drill in practice, he didn't want to lose. So he's always pushing himself. Other kids, if you want to keep up with them, you got to go hard too. So there was a lot of battles between player A and DeVoe, right? Player A, okay, DeVoe's the best. I want to be better than him. I want to beat him in this drill. So that by DeVoe's work ethic and that competitive spirit, everybody else had to rise. Otherwise, you got left behind.
DeVoe was the most competitive kid I've ever seen in practice. He would not lose any contest, any game, anything. You know, Cory wasn't sort of like that as competitive, but in terms of like working hard and everything, like Cory was unbelievable. Like the kid just never stopped working, never stopped running. I mean, here at Pickering, he ran cross country, he played soccer, he played volleyball, and he obviously was pretty good at basketball. Like he's just an all-around, both of them, all-around athletes.
I have so many memories in those 5 years. Just, you know, I just feel like it was such a huge time in my life for basketball and just growing as a person. And, you know, just dealing with Coach Parfit and Coach Barkley and my dad and the guidance we had in this gym and the workouts and the work ethics and the good and the bad times. Just so many memories.
I saw my family. I looked at my mom right before we came to the timeout. And this is just the greatest, it's one of the greatest things I ever played with them. You know, we practiced so hard all year, and I didn't want to let them down. And
good way to end your senior year?
Great way. Great way.
Well, having DeVoe as you know, an older brother that had, you know, the same passion for basketball was absolutely hugely beneficial for Cory.
Rubbed off on him? I don't know, but I know he hated losing just as much as me from the beginning, you know? Just taking him outside, and he made me better just how he competed all the time too, you know, from young. And I used to, you know, beat him up a lot, being the older brother, you know, just I'd been older, bigger than him. When I took him outside, I used to, you know, beat him all the time. I'd been the older brother, and he always came back for more and more and more and never gave up.
Man, that helped him a lot. I mean, because it's good to hear it from your, I mean, it's, you know, to hear it from your parents. Sometimes, you know, you just like, it's like nagging them, right? But when you have your brother who's pushing you all the time, I mean, there's times when basically Cory probably want to go hang with his friend, and DeVoe's, no, come on, let's shoot outside. And we're taking 1,000 shots, and DeVoe being kept competitive like that, that's like, I would rather attribute lots to Cory's success, lots.
Just having someone that was kind of a half a step ahead of you in the process, Cory learned and benefited a lot from DeVoe's advice and things that when DeVoe went through it the first time, you know, he would say to Cory, well, you know, that's what you should do. This is maybe not such a good idea. So Cory had that kind of half a step ahead, having been through it, experience to learn from too. So, you know, that was huge.
Well, we educate our players at a private school, Henderson International School here in Henderson, Nevada. We are an elite basketball program that gets our guys to prepare for college here in Henderson. Every student athlete that's come through here is qualified to go off to college, and we've had all Division I basketball players, and we've even sent a few to the NBA now.
At an AAU tournament, Coach Peck was there and presented that Findlay was a really good option. And myself and Cory went down and took a look at the school, the place where they'd be living, had a couple conversations with Coach Peck, and just felt really comfortable with the scenario and how the kids were in the house, and there was supervision and there was a lot of tutoring and academic support. That trip kind of made me intuitively feel okay that it's a good thing for Cory and it's in his best interest.
I'm Cory Joseph. Welcome to my home in Las Vegas.
After his freshman year, he talked to us, he talked to me, and he talked to his brother, and talked to everybody. He said, like, he's going to declare. Like, you know, him and Tristan, they were saying they were both going to declare, and he said, okay, go for it, take a try, you know.
That may have been the most stressful decision. That was very difficult because he was getting a lot of people in his ear, stay, you're making a big mistake, and people saying, go.
I think I gave myself the confidence. I think I knew I was confident enough, you know, to put my name in the draft. I feel like I work hard, and, you know, the next stage I feel like I'll get better. I got great feedback, you know, during the process when I put my name in the draft as well. So I think that's what made the decision, and I just went with my heart.
Cory wanted his family there. He's just wanted immediate family. Come over to the house, we'll sit there and support each other. And
then my oldest daughter, she says, Chantel's to me, she says, oh, and the San Antonio Spurs draft Cory Joseph. This is before it even happens, right? She says, we're just laughing about it, right? We said, like, the San Antonio Spurs draft Cory Joseph. And we're like, yeah, you know, because they said, oh yeah, they're gonna take Cory because he's in Texas. And basically, you know, it's like, that's gonna happen. So she says that. So just as he says that, then the commissioner comes up and he says, the San Antonio Spurs picks
Cory Joseph from Toronto, Canada, and the University of Texas.
Me personally, just made me feel very happy that he succeeded. You get drafted in the first round, you are now an NBA player. You may not get to play, but you were an NBA player. I knew his future was guaranteed. He'd worked very hard his whole life. That was his dream, and he made it.
Number 5, Cory Joseph, hitting 84, first round 22.
For him, when he went there and just day to day, like things that he would tell me and his experience, it was an absolutely great first stop for him to go. Like what he learned there, you know, to be a professional athlete and just how to conduct yourself. And in hindsight, I mean, if I could have said anywhere to send him to learn, it would have been there. With Duncan and just the players and, you know, the organization was incredible for Cory's like quick growth from young. It was a great learning experience and a maturing experience for him as well.
And for the first time in nearly a year, Raptors lose a game by 20 or more. Only the second time they've lost by double figures this season. Cory Joseph now coming over to Greg Popovich. Won a title there in 2014.
I introduce our very own Cory Joseph.
Thank you. Well, the line is, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. You know, I got to be authentic. As they say, there's no place like home. I'm just so excited.
Well, it's kind of crazy because, you know, we were in my condo at the time, and we were just there talking, and, you know, we knew LaMarcus went to San Antonio, and we started hearing rumors about going to Toronto. So, you know, we kind of like, oh, shoot, Toronto. It came up, and we were excited.
He knew that it was a possibility, knowing that the Spurs were going to target LaMarcus Aldridge and in free agency, that he could be, you know, not restricted and not necessarily back with the Spurs again.
And then it was actually that day we got the call. As we started hearing the rumors, we got the call. So like it was actually surreal and, you know, an overwhelming feeling just to know that that whole process, you know, you end up coming back home. It's just such a blessed opportunity, and he's a very blessed person to have that opportunity.
I was hugely excited. Almost like the draft again. It was like, wow, Cory's gonna be a Raptor. It was hard to, I mean, I take Union, I take the GO train, and I've been in Union, just going by the ACC. It's like, my son's gonna be a Raptor playing here now. It was, you know, this, and being at home, and, you know, him being away when he had to, well, not he had to, but we choose for him to go away, you know, and it was 6-7 years, and then to have him coming back home to play in front of everybody that he grew up playing, family, friends. It was just, it's hard to describe how exciting it was.
When he came back, he stole that line from me, so I'm gonna have to think of something different when I get down there.
I'm proud of all of them. So, you know, for myself, I always just say, like, to have 2 sons playing pro basketball is just unbelievable. Like, for something you love. Like, you know, most dads would settle for 1. You get 2 of them and they both play pro basketball and they're both playing Europe, but it's still pro basketball, you know, like something you love like that. It's amazing.
I'm like most proud of Cory of like the kind of person that he is, the way he handles himself off the court. He's always makes time to shake everybody's hand and meet everybody, and he's just he's the same guy. He's just a good, caring, respectful young man.
We're just very happy, you know, Toronto gave him this opportunity, and I think it's just a great opportunity for the city to have someone like Cory, who's a great role model and a great person and a great player, I think, you know, to be on their team and just be there. It's just a blessing for me to see my brother get to that level and reach his goals.
What's up? How you guys doing? Long couple days? Yeah? Learning? Getting better? Good.
So you're just happy that he made it. As far as the whole area, well, you see at this school, everybody now, oh, we had a guy that's playing for the Raptors who made it to the NBA. I can do it too.
I think it's huge to have these kids that, if you live down the street, you're like, I see all these basketball hoops, like right after I see all the hoops on the street and the kids, and in my head I go through my mind. Actually, some of them would even come over to the house and they, oh, you know, Cory played here, and when they're out there in the street over or in the neighborhood and they're taking shots, they're thinking, oh, you know, Cory just down the street just got drafted and playing in the NBA, and you know these little kids are now, oh, I can do that too, you know. So I think it's huge. It's huge for that familiarity and just the confidence and knowing that they can do it too.